Hello, welcome back. This is of course Nick back on the Get Me Off Grid video blog. These are my fuel blocks made out of forms of papier-mâché, which have been dried to make something that's very solid and can act as a solid fuel. Now you can make these out of junk mail, you can make these out of old envelopes or anything that comes in the mail, and it appears at different types of paper compressed and also with different qualities of compression and so on and so forth can create different qualities of fuel. Now yesterday I used this type of fuel block. It sounds different, it sounds remarkably more hollow, and in terms of weight it's lighter. One of the principal ingredients for this particular block was corrugated cardboard, brown corrugated cardboard. And you can see there's a little flecks of other pieces of paper and stuff which has gone into it. Now these ones on the other hand, which sound much more wooden as opposed to this which sounds lighter, is all office paper and envelopes. Okay, physically speaking it is more dense, it feels more solid, it feels much less flexible than this one. This one can crumble up with greater ease. So I'm assuming that we're going to get a longer burn time, and I'm assuming that there's going to be a higher temperature to it as well. Again, it's going to be a wood gas stove demonstration stroke experiment. Okay, so we can see whether this particular variety of homemade fuel, remember this is free energy, okay, can be useful for outdoor cooking. If you think about it like this, every single day you're receiving letters, I don't know, maybe from your bank, maybe from a direct marketing company, and typically speaking you just put that straight into the recycling bin, don't you? Alright, well, my point of view is if you do like cooking outdoors, if you do like making your tea outdoors, why not use that as a free energy resource? Okay, it is free energy. It means you don't have to turn on the kettle or the electricity or the mains gas, and you're being much more frugal with your energy because this is free and it's useful. So essentially, if I can educate you in how to make this and how to use it, you're definitely going to be reducing your bills. Probably not by massive quantities because you won't be making these like production lining, which I will be with the passage of time in the future, okay, as part of my efforts to get completely and utterly off grid. But obviously it's important for you to see what these things look like and to get a feeling for their properties so that you yourself can choose what particular off-grid methods you can use. Also, if you're someone who's lucky enough to have a real fireplace in your property, I don't have that where I am now, but maybe one day I will have, then you can use these as part of your fuel resources when heating your home in the winter. Now, physically speaking, these blocks are much harder to break up. If I was not pressed for time, I would probably have taken a hacksaw to them. We'll just have to see whether large blocks will still work in the stove. Quite a lot of high volatile alcohol has gone into lighting it. We'll just see what happens. I can already tell we're going to be in for a much longer burning time. We've got a combustion going. Yes, the flame colour is slowly changing. It was a lot clearer. There's now a bit more colour to it. So the process is actually working. And yeah, the flame temperature seems to be going up just a little, so all the alcohol must have burned off by now. And it's looking quite positive and enthusiastic for there to be some good results from office paper briquette fuel. There's more or less zero smoke, so that's good. So the wood gas stove is doing its job and keeping the smoke levels down through burning the smoke. So it's currently very good. Okay, we've got a smaller flame height but a good flame temperature. Again, very low smoke. We've got some big coals burning in the bottom there, releasing their gases. I really should have taken a hacksaw to those blocks to make them smaller. But essentially we are still getting a very good result. So essentially this type of fuel block works very well if you know how to use it. Okay, the flame is getting a bit more erratic, and I think it's because the fuel is burning down and therefore gas production is going down as well. But essentially it's still giving off a lot of radiant heat, so that's actually very positive. and the flame height. That's actually quite nice. It's still a comparatively clear flame. I think this must be a much more cleaner burning fuel than the cardboard based blocks. Okay, she's still going, so this is a much longer burn time. So this is actually looking much more practical when it comes to cooking. As you can see, we've still got the flame there. It's still comparatively low smoke, so it's still very good. I'm quite impressed. Remember that this fuel, it's made from envelopes, you know, pieces of paper you get in the mail. I'm actually quite impressed by that.